Hi there, it's Jen, and it is Friday, February 24th. I had to look. I always know the date ahead of time because I schedule the post, but then it seems to escape my mind. Anyways, welcome. How are you? I'm glad to have you here with me, whether you're watching me live or whether you're watching replay. And I am going to do a couple things before we move to the craft table. One of them is the draw that I do every time, and that is a draw for the card that I made last week. And just looking here to make sure everything's good. I think everything, oops, we got the wrong, I have my team logo on there, so let's just change that. Okay, I see Nicole there, fantastic, hello. And so let me just jump to my picker. So this is, let me share the screen. Share the screen, here we go. This just take a second and then we're going to get to crafting. I've got a cute card to show you today. So this is the draw that I do every week, and all you have to do to get in on the draw is to comment, like, and share. And as long as you're Canadian and not a demonstrator, you can win. And so this is the card I made last week, and Robin, you qualify for that. So Robin, I have your information, so I'll mail that card out to you. Thank you very much for commenting. She said, I've done that so many times. She must be referring to my funny faux pas last week where this is a card I made, by the way, but I had put it on backwards. So this one's correct. I corrected it now. So here we go. Okay, so let me jump over to the craft table. And we've already got a giggle. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Dana. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I am going to make something with a celebration, something with a something, because there's only a few more days of celebration. It ends on the, I was going to say the 31st of February. Well, that would be nice. 28th of February, so 4 more days. And these are the celebration items that are still available. There's only the one sold out right now, and that's the Dainty Flowers Designer Series paper. So I'll put a link to this little flyer that I've made in the comments so that you can check that out and see what's available. So one of the things I'm going to do is this paper, show you. One of the things I'm going to do today is use this paper here. It is free with a $120 order. It's called Dandy Designs, and I think this is the bomb. You have seen me make some cards with this paper. So let me just pull this out, and I'm going to just flip really quick through some of these patterns, but they're really just bright and fun. Love the colors: Calypso Coral, Balmy Blue, Fresh Freesia, Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, Coastal Cabana. They're just awesome, and the patterns are all nice and tiny, so they're perfect for card making. There's some stripes, some checks, some stars, some plaids. There's different kinds of stars, like there's the Calypso ones, and then there's some yellow ones. There's these pretty flowers. There's just all sorts of great patterns. Some stripes. Look at this fun one here. That one almost looks Eastery. So it's just a really great pack of paper because there's 48 sheets in there, and you can get that for free. So, okay, so Paulette says she loves free paper. I know, me too. That's one of my favorite things. Okay, so the other stamp set I'm going to use is this one here. It's called Adorable Owls, and I realize I've posted stuff, and especially in my newsletter, I've added things in as well about this stamp set, but I haven't actually done a live with it, so I thought I better do that because it is super cute. It is one of the more popular picks from Sale-a-bration, and this one you can get free with a $60 order. So it's got these really sweet owls, and then a couple nice sayings. It's your daily hoot hoot, you're so cute, and my friend. Okay, so what I'm going to start with here is I've got a circle that has been die cut already. It's a stitched circle, so hopefully you can see that detail there. It is from my favorite set of dies, and these are the Stylish Shapes. They're in the annual catalog, and I was missing this size for so long until I moved my craft room, and then I found it behind a cabinet, so I'm super happy to have that back. So I'm going to start by stamping the owl with Memento black ink. We've got a little piece of paper on there. Here we go. And I'm just going to squish it in there to make sure it's well inked. And then I'm going to stamp this like this. You can see I put it on my block kind of diagonal. It just fits on this circle. Ta-da! So I'm going to put that aside for 1 second to let it dry. And while it's drying, I'm going to cut the card base. And I thought I'd show you this. Just pulling it off to the side here. This is a piece of crumb cake, which is one of my favorite colors always. Just move some stuff out of the way. And I'm going to cut this long ways. So what I call hamburger style, or sorry, hot dog style. So this is the piece of 8.5 by 11. Let me just go up a little bit so you can see this a bit better. Okay, there we go. So this is a piece of 8.5 by 11. So normally I cut it like this in half, just like this card was in half. So that forms half of the 8.5 by 11. I call this hamburger because they're short and they're fat, okay? And then I'm going to do it this time hot dog style. So it's going to be long and skinny. So one of the tricks I want to show you is if you score this before you if you score it before you cut it, then it will be easier to fold because we're kind of going against the grain here when we do this. So here we've got our 2 cutting blades, and I was going to say here, okay, good, just making sure everything's okay. The lighter one is the scoring blade and the darker one is the cutting. So I'm going to score at 5.5. So that's half of the 11. So that'll make it perfectly scored in the middle. And then I'm going to pop it in here at 4.25, which is half of the 8.5. And that's card math for you. So now I've got 2 halves and it's already scored for me. So I'm just going to take it and fold it like this. Now, I'm just wondering if this angle is better altogether. I don't think so, not for when I'm coloring and stuff. So I'm going to make it go down again. So avert your eyes for a second. I don't want you to get motion sickness. Okay, here we go. I have my camera on a funny angle, I think, today. That's okay. I see Cindy there and Nancy. 2 Nancys here today. Okay, so here's a piece of that lovely paper that I was showing you. So it's just so cute. And I cut this at 4 inches just so that I can get 3 panels across on the 12 by 12 paper. And then I've got a little scrap here of basic white cardstock. And I'm going to use the Happy Birthday from another stamp set. This one here. This one is in the mini catalog. This is called Best Day. It's got this cute little birthday cake and the cat, which is why I had to get it, in the cupcake. So I'm looking forward to playing more with that. Even though there is kind of a birthday greeting in the owl set, I just wanted this one. And I'm going to do soft suede, which is sort of a darker version of the crumb cake. So I figured it would match. So I'm just going to pull this down to the edge here so I can see what I'm doing. That's a little trickier with red rubber to see and get it straight, but that's not bad. But here's one of my tricks, if you're not sure, is to stamp it off to the side first and just kind of see, can you line it up on a line, and then you can try it. Of course, you can always flip things over. I keep these scraps, so I've got lots of them. Okay, so let me see here. I also cut a scallop circle from this set of dies here. Sometimes I just do this ahead of time, the die cutting, just to make it easier. This is called layering circle dies, and they come with these scallops and then a plain circle as well. So this is just going to fit really nice on here, and it's going to bring through the color of this paper, which is Calypso Coral. Okay, so the other thing I want to mention about this card, well, I'm going to start to color, is that it is one of the most commonly used designs from my standpoint, and it is something that is, when you sign up for my newsletter, you get something called my top 5 card designs, and this is one of the designs that I'm doing right here today. Now, the one that comes in the card design obviously is using different stamps and stuff, but it gives you an idea of how you can take a sketch and modify it. So, and I totally believe that learning how to stamp with sketches is really important. So I've actually got a sketch program too. So I'm going to put links to all that stuff here. But this is just a great design that you can use over and over and over again. Just change up the stamps, change up the colors, change up the words, and no one will ever know. So that was light crumb cake that I'm using with the blends marker. Look, I love how smoothly those markers color. So now I'm going to use the dark crumb cake. And I'm going to just color here, and I'll hold it up in a second so you can see what I'm doing. Da, da, da. How is the weather where you are? We just had a snowstorm the other day, so we have tons of snow again. It was almost all gone, and now it's all back. So this This has been a very snowy winter here in Kingston, Ontario. I'm just going to grab this one here. Just going to do a little bit of outline around the little owl's hands just to make it a bit darker. And maybe a little bit here in the ear, just to get it a bit darker. Maybe with the little tufts of the hair too. Okay, I've got one little boo-boo there, so I'm just going to take my marker and just blend it out a little bit. And I'm actually going to just use my light crumb cake marker and just go around a little bit here just to give that all more definition. And I'm going to look at your comments just in a second. Let me hold it up so far where I'm at. How cute is that owl? Oh my goodness, so cute. Snowing in Stratford, -26, but with the wind -35 in Kenora. Oh my gosh, that is so cold, Robin. Hey, did you see that you won, Robin? Okay, so I've got here a light balmy blue. You won my card from last week, and I'm going to color the eyes here and make this so sweet. I love that the little eyes on here have like a little dot of where it would be shining, and this makes this owl just look so cute. So I'm going to take the dark balmy blue and just go around the edge of the eye. Again, just to give it a bit of a shadow and make it deeper. But how adorable is that? The big blue eyes. Okay, and then we've got Calypso Coral, because that's one of the nice things, of course, making everything matchy-matchy. And we're going to color the party hat here with Calypso Coral. So I'm going to use the light version here. Now, you can use these markers to do lots of blending, or you can just use them as two different colors if you want to. Whatever you want to do. I just like the fact that they color so nicely. So if you're new to this and new to blending and stuff, you may just want to use them just like markers, just like I'm using them. I see I missed a tiny little spot there with the crumb cake, so I'm going to add that in. So I just colored the nose, and then I'm going to go with the light Calypso color and color the feet. So it always matchy-matchy. And I'm going to add a little bit of light Calypso Coral to the ears. And one of the things you can do to make the color lighter too is you can take the color lifter, which I recommend if you're getting blends, and just lift that color up a little bit and just to make it really, really light. So here we are so far. How sweet is that? Hello, Louise from Vancouver Island. How are you? Now, the other thing I want to do, and this is a trick that you want to do when you're stamping any creatures or humans or anything that looks like it needs to be placed on a surface, is to give it a little bit of what we call ground. So I'm grounding it. Okay, and if you don't want it to be that dark, of course, you could take your lifter and just soften that just a little bit. I'm just going to go around the edges and kind of soften that out a little bit. So let me show you again what that might look like. Here we go. So it's called grounding. So that's now a little grounded. Look at those eyes. It's just saying, please, please come to my party. Okay, so let's put this together. So if you're just joining me, one of the things I was saying is this design that I'm doing here is one of my very favorite designs to do for cards. It is easy. And it is something that you can do with all sorts of different stamp sets. I'm going to put the designer series paper right down here. I'm going to take this piece and get my scissors. Hold on, I'll just move all these things out of the way. And I have scissors, and I'm going to just trim this here. And I'm going to trim this on an angle. Okay, and add some of my seal double-sided tape here. Just going to put this down here like this. Okay, and then I'm going to add some of this ribbon. So I always like to make colors match when I'm doing a card. So it's going to go on here like this. So we've got the Calypso Coral matched really nicely with the paper and the coloring and the background, but there's no blue. So I'm going to add this blue, and this is balmy blue ribbon. It's in the mini catalog, and it's got this white, is that the right side? Yeah, white and blue shading to it. It's very pretty. So it's very subtle. And this is one of the reasons I wanted the card to be done hot dog way, so that I could actually wrap this ribbon around here and then tie it in a little knot on the side. It's a nice subtle ribbon, very pretty, just bringing through that blue just a little bit. Now I've just left a long tail here, so I'm going to shorten this up a bit so I don't waste quite as much ribbon. Okay, and then I'm going to tie it in a knot. Okay, and I'm going to just leave it on the spool there till I figure out how long I really want that ribbon to be. I'm going to grab some dimensionals, and I'm going to stick them on here. So I'll put a link in here to how you can get the sketches that I'm talking about. When you sign up for my newsletter, you'll get 5 different sketches, and this is one of them, this sketch. Not this card, but this idea. But you could change this up, right? This could be a square, you know, whatever you want. You could stamp in the background. You could stamp this paper. Okay, so let me just grab my ribbon scissors here. And I think I'm going to make this short. So then I'll cut this piece short as well and just trim it on an angle. And we're going to add 2 more things to this. So, and I'll just check your comments in a second. The ribbon matches your nails. Yes, it kind of does. Okay, so these are from the mini catalog as well, Enamel Dot Essentials, and they're navy, crumb cake, and white. So totally versatile. I think they're great. Little combination of dots. Just moving all this stuff out of my way here. So I'm going to take a crumb cake one. And this is my take a pick tool, which it's not coming off, so I'm going to use the little spatula instead. And I'm going to pop it right there. And I said 2 more things. I said 2 more things, but I really meant 3. Hold on. I'm going to add this. This stamp here is also from this one here, The Best Day, but you could have used the owl one as well. And let's do a soft suede. And it says, I'll tell you what it says in a second. Let's hope she gets it straight. It's the best day because it's your birthday. So that's going to go on the inside of the card. And while we're giving that 1 second to dry, I'm going to take Wink Stella and I'm going to color the party hat. Now you may or may not be able to see this on the camera. I'm going to hold it so hopefully it will show. And I think I'm going to do just the little white spot here on the owl. Maybe the little feet or something too. I'll hold it up and see if the camera can catch that little bit of glitter on there, but it's super pretty and cute. So there's the card. Okay, and then let's add this piece on the inside. And you don't really need to add a piece on the inside because crumb cake's fairly light color, but it certainly does make the card look more finished, doesn't it? And adding in that little saying. And of course I add the saying first because if I stamped it crooked I could flip that paper over. So you can see the ribbon there, which is really pretty, and then there. So isn't that adorable? Those are the adorable owls. And like I said, they're part of the Sale-a-bration promotion along with the paper. And I'll put a link into that flyer. So you could put, you know, it's your day or something like that. But how cute is that? And you could totally give this to anybody. I mean, it'd be cute for a kid, but it would be cute for an adult. I think too, the combination of blue and orange is a nice combination. They're actually opposites on the color wheel. So you could totally give that to a guy, I think. Janice says, just joined, looks cute. Robin says, Wink of Stella is my go-to. Yeah, it's a great embellishment. Janice is very cute. And I'm just putting Elizabeth's comments up here with -25 in Thunder Bay with -30 wind chill. Woo, we are cold, eh? Louis says, that little fellow is still available on sale in Sale-a-bration. Yes, it is. This is what's available with Sale-a-bration. I'll put this little flyer out for you guys. It has everything, including the new stuff. So there's the paper that I use, the Dandy Designs, and then there's all the stamps, and this is the adorable owl. Still available for 4 more days only. So if you want to get in on the draw for that, all you have to do is like, comment, or share this video. Whether you're watching it live or with a replay. I see Robin says here, can you refill alcohol markers? Not the Stampin' Up! Ones. They're fairly inexpensive. They're $12 for the pair of 2. So they decided to take a lower price point and make them not refillable. So great question. Just making sure here that I haven't missed any comments. Vicky says hi. Hi, Vicky. Nice to have you here. Okay, I think I've got all the comments. If there's others or if you have comments after the live is over, I'm happy to answer them. So that's all I've got for you today. Comment, like, and share to get in on the draw for next week. and I'll be back again with something exciting to show you. So everyone, wishing you a wonderful weekend. Stay warm out there. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.